Welcome to my second miscarriage in a row video. If you are squeamish or don't want to hear about cervical mucus or things like that, then probably you should tune out and not watch this video. And I'm sorry if I use humor because everyone deals with grief differently, and I just find that humor helps me to get through it. So I apologize for anyone who's not into that. This is my story of my second miscarriage in a row after having 2 healthy pregnancies. If you're new, I'm Lucy and I have 2 boys. Charlie is 5 and Noah is 2. And we are trying to have our 3rd and final baby. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. I actually filmed on the day that I had my bleeding started. So, and also the day that I did my ultrasound. So I'm gonna just jump straight to there. I'm 6 weeks pregnant yesterday. And last night I had like the slightest bit of red, like light pink when I wiped. Just a little, like I had to look and do like a double take at the toilet paper. Oh my God. This morning it was like more of a brownish red color, and it was such a small amount. It was a lot less than the beginnings of my miscarriage. So I'm just really hopeful. I talked to my midwife and she said, you know, it's up to me. We can do an ultrasound. She can check my HCG levels today and then again on Sunday to see if they're going down. And I'm like, okay, if I'm having another miscarriage, there's literally nothing I can do about it. Like, not a thing. So there's no reason for me to check my HCG levels. Like, it's gonna happen. But I do want to make sure I don't have like an ectopic pregnancy or anything like that. I mean, that's supposed to be really painful, she said. But I'm only at 6 weeks and that's like when it usually starts to present. She wrote me a stat order for an ultrasound, and I got in. I'm going at 11:30. It's 10 now. I've had like not much more blood. Like when I just wiped just now, I just saw like a tiny little like stringy piece of like brownish blood, but that was it. So I'm hoping, my fingers crossed, like that I'm just being paranoid because I just had miscarriage and that this is like normal. But I didn't have any bleeding in my first 2 pregnancies. Like I had implantation bleeding with Charlie, but that's like at week 4, like right when your period's due, on the day of your missed period. That's when you would see that. So I know that this is not that. And I know that bleeding is pretty common at week 6, but it's like, I just had miscarriage. So, and this is how it started, with a little bit of bleeding. So I'm just like, I've also been feeling a little bit of cramping too. And I'm trying not to let my mind go crazy and just whirlwind out on this. So I'm trying to keep it cool because there's literally nothing I can do. And if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So I just need to try and relax and just let go of control, because I have none, and just whatever happens, happens, and I will handle it. I have 2 beautiful boys, a loving husband, and we will be fine. But I really want this baby and I really want this pregnancy to be healthy. So, okay. I just can't stop thinking about like, what if this is gonna be a miscarriage? Like, what have I done? Like, what could possibly be going on right now for me to have 2 miscarriages in a row after having 2 healthy pregnancies? Like, what the hell could possibly be going on? I have no idea. I'm gonna go and I'll let you guys know what happens with my ultrasound. Hey guys, I'm back from my ultrasound. So, not an ectopic pregnancy, that's a good thing. But the gestational sac was the only thing that she could see. So either something's wrong or possibly I'm wrong on my dates and it's early. So the baby's only 4 or 5 weeks old, gestational age. She couldn't actually measure because it was too small, like with the machine, but she guesstimated 4 to 5 weeks, which is when you would like see the sac, but not necessarily the baby itself, because it's just starting to form. I'm not bleeding anymore, just a little bit, but it's still there. Like when she pulled out the wand, again, sorry, too much information, but if you're watching this video, you're probably expecting this and probably want to hear this kind of stuff because you're like, I don't know, I know that I'm just like itching for as much information as I can get. So she did a transvaginal ultrasound. So when she pulled it out, there was like some mucousy looking blood on it. Like not very much, but more than came out of me, like more than I had seen on my toilet paper. So that was definitely not a nice thing to see, not encouraging. I just can't believe this. Like, why am I bleeding? Why am I bleeding, and why is it smaller than it's supposed to be? Probably, most likely, I'm gonna have another miscarriage. I guess I'll let you guys know, I just need to wait and see. Like, I can get another ultrasound in a week or two if the bleeding, if I don't start a miscarriage. Like, if I keep bleeding more and more, obviously I'm miscarrying. So that will tell all. But like, if I don't bleed more and my bleeding stops, then we can get another ultrasound in a week or two. Probably 2. Like, I don't want to go in there and get too many ultrasounds. I'd prefer to wait until it's big enough if I stop bleeding. That's a long time to wait though. So I will let you guys know what's going on. If you are going through this at home, you guys, I'm so sorry. Like, this sucks. This is like unbelievable to me. I didn't think it was gonna happen twice in a row. Like, really? This isn't happening. No, I don't think this is really happening. If you guys are watching this and you are dealing with multiple miscarriages, I feel for you. I'm so sorry. I know there's nothing I can say to make you feel better, but I'm so sorry, and I hope that this was somehow helpful to you. And I will check back in with you guys when I know more. Bye. So that was on Friday when I had my ultrasound, and today is now Wednesday. So yes, I did obviously have a miscarriage. I'm actually having it right now. I'm currently still bleeding, and so this miscarriage would have been, I guess, at 6 weeks, but really they said that, I'm sure you saw in that video, that they said it was only 4 or 5 weeks large, and there really wasn't a baby there at all. It was just the sac. So this one is going a lot more easily on my body than the last miscarriage. My last miscarriage happened at 10 weeks pregnant. The ultrasound showed that the baby was only like 7.5 weeks gestational age. So it had died or had stunted growth or something that time around. But that miscarriage was crazy, you guys. I did do a video on that, so you can check that out if you want to. But that one was insane. Like, so much tissue, so much blood, just like plopping and gushing out of me. It was crazy. And this miscarriage has been more like a period. Why in the hell have I had 2 miscarriages in a row? I have no freaking clue. Like, I can't even go there. I can't even go there because I would go insane trying to like figure that out. So I don't think we're gonna do any like testing or anything like that going forward. Jason and I made like a little game plan. We just decided we were gonna take a break and just chill out because we were like regimented in January trying to conceive. And so I think we're gonna try to just give my body a good break and wait until my periods are regular again, and then try just try again. Like, at this point, our timing's not right anyway. Charlie and Noah are about 3 years apart, just under 3 years apart, and we wanted the same thing for our next child, but obviously that's not gonna happen. Can't control everything, so hopefully we can get pregnant again, and we will try again. The period before we tried to conceive, like my last period, was so heavy. You guys, it was weirdly, oddly heavy. It lasted like over a week. That should have been a clue to me not to try that month, but I don't know. I just didn't think about it. I didn't think it would be a problem. I guess I probably just wanted it so badly. I didn't want to wait to try. January was like a super good month for us. Like we were like, okay, it'll be an early October baby. Like that'd be perfect. So we didn't stop and think that maybe that was my body telling me to wait a little bit longer. And I think it was. Like I think that was my second period after the miscarriage. My first period after the miscarriage was very light, very easy, on time. It was like, 4 weeks after the miscarriage started, like it was supposed to be. And it was very light. And then the last period, man, it was crazy. And I asked my midwife about it, and she said that it was probably because of like the progesterone took a while to come down or something. So like for that first period, the progesterone hadn't come down all the way, so there was still some buildup in there or something. I'm not a doctor, obviously. This is just going off of my opinion and what my midwife has briefly told me. And so like when the progesterone finally came down was for that second period after the miscarriage, and then that's when like a lot came out. So my only theory is that like maybe my uterus just wasn't ready from all of that happening, all that coming out. I don't know. They say you don't have to wait to get pregnant again, but maybe I needed to. I'm 34, I'll be 35 in October, so I'm getting up there, and miscarriages get more and more common as you get older. So yeah, I'm very upset and very sad, and also my dog is dying, which doesn't help. I'm gonna cry about that. But yeah, we just had a rough couple weeks here in February, so I hope that this is helpful to some people. So like, I don't know, symptoms, like how to tell if you're having a miscarriage or not: cramping and bleeding, you guys. That's it. I know everyone says it, but like, you can also just make yourself believe it's not happening. So go to your healthcare provider, get your ultrasound, get your blood tests. They can test your HCG levels. Like they can test it one day and then test it like a couple days later to see if it's going down. Oh, it's so hard. That time between like when you start bleeding and when you find out, that unknown time between is so hard. Like that's the worst, like not knowing. I don't know. I think I'm rambling though. So if you are going through this, I'm so sorry. So very deeply sorry for you. Just know that like, unless you're like smoking and drinking all the time, like there's literally nothing that you could have done differently. Please don't go down that crazy road of like trying to find something that makes it your fault, because most likely it's a chromosomal abnormality, like not the right number of chromosomes, and most likely it's just something like that you can't control and you can't figure out why. And if you're having like, if this is your second or third miscarriage and you haven't had babies before, like there are tests they can do. So go see your healthcare provider. They can do like all sorts of tests to see if there's something going on with you, and it could be something that's like a pretty simple fix. So I'm so sorry if you're going through this, and I'm gonna stop rambling now, but let me know in the comments if you guys are going through something similar. I'm here with you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully it's a much more cheerful topic. Bye.